Hello, welcome back to my channel guys. This is Ria. So today's video I'll be doing something a little bit fun, I guess, but it might offend people. So I just wish to say one thing before I start is that please keep an open mind. This is just for fun. This is not meant to bash anyone. And what I say in the video is some of them is like my experience and also my perspective on the person. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm sure all of you guys know of these zodiac signs. Yes, zodiac signs is been around for millennia, you could say that, like thousands of years. Where they come from, some say it's from Greece, some say it's from this country, etc. But it was used to mark calendars, time apparently, I think back then. So at most, where the time and month we were born in, we each have our own zodiac sign. So yes, some people think that is just lame, is bullshit, BS, but there is some truth to the description of, or rather people's similarity who share the same sign. I think if you were to think back to people, your friends, who has the sign, but then you know them and then another person with the same sign, they seem similar, or you have bad experience with that, so many people of the same sign, and it's just all similar as well. So I think that there is some truth to zodiac signs for people and how it affects us as a person. This is what I'm seeing here, but this is my opinion. Anyways, regarding zodiac signs, I'll be sorting them into houses. Hogwarts houses. Okay, so I'm just going to say this in terms of Hogwarts house. You know, it's Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. But I'm not going to sort the zodiac sign in one particular, just one. I'm not going to sort them in one house because each of us is different people. Everyone of different sign, zodiac signs can be different. Like there's extroverted Sagittarius, there's introverted Sagittarius, there's the really shy but yet full of anxiety Pisces. There's also really ambitious Pisces. So there's many of them. So I'm just going to get started, and I'm going to tell you my reason why I sort them in those categories. So I'm going to start off with Aries. I haven't really met many, but the ones I met and the ones who happens to be Aries that I'm a fan of, aka Emma Watson, Sarah Michelle Gellar. So those are the one of the two Aries that I'm aware of. There are others like on YouTube, but so anyways, Aries, I find that they are more of a Gryffindor. Yes, I feel like they're more of a Gryffindor because they can be brave, they can be quite courageous, but they kind of brash as well, which some Gryffindor can be. And like they can be quite sassy, like Kourtney Kardashian, she's also an Aries. But I also think that Aries is also a Hufflepuff because I noticed that a lot of the Aries that I just mentioned, they're really loyal, down to earth, loyal, patient. Like how Kourtney was loyal to Scott Disick for on and off relationship for 8 to 9 years. She's loyal to her family. She doesn't have to them despite how they treat her, but she's still loyal. Yeah, she complains a lot, but who doesn't when you're being mistreated? Like every single day. And Sarah Michelle Gellar, aka Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, for those who don't know who she is. She also played Daphne in Scooby-Doo. She has been really loyal to her husband ever since she met him. So I just feel Aries is a Hufflepuff and a Gryffindor. Well, more Gryffindor than Hufflepuff, but either way, I feel like Aries is a mix of two. Moving on to Taurus. I don't really have that much good experience with Taurus, to be fair. They're quite passive aggressive. They can be nice, but I think they are only nice if they have something to gain from you. They're quite materialistic as well. And at most, they see things black and white. They kind of lack empathy in regards to other people feeling aside from their own. So it's kind of a hypocrite kind of scenario. A majority of the Taurus that I know of have this entitlement. They kind of condescending entitlement, looking down on others. I used to have a former manager who's a Taurus, and he was like really condescending. He was talking badly behind all his co-workers' back. This manager, he was a former manager, but it was just, I say, pretty much saying if he could have like everyone that is like him, that kind of talk, things would go quicker and such. Perfect to him. So from that perspective, I feel like Taurus, they are Slytherin and Gryffindor, because Slytherins are ambitious and cunning, and this is what I'm seeing from a Taurus. They're really ambitious, cunning. I can't say they're really loyal at all. They can be, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing is that I'm seeing more of the side of Slytherin and Gryffindor, because they're kind of really passive aggressive, really brave at times, and it's what I'm seeing here. But if you agree with me or not, let me know. I would appreciate your comment. I do apologize if I've upset anyone who's a Taurus, but if I were to give an example of Taurus, I say Kelly Clarkson is a Taurus, if I remember correctly. I'm a fan of Kelly Clarkson. There's also Amber Heard, Nikki Carter Avocado, Trisha Paytas. I think you can tell those are quite what I mean by the houses. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to Gemini. Gemini, I can only think of two houses, which is Ravenclaw and Slytherin. Because I find Gemini can be quite cunning, manipulative. They're quite intelligent, like a Ravenclaw. And they're really ambitious towards the goal. Many of the Gemini that I met before, they're really ambitious. So I feel like Slytherin and Ravenclaw goes well together for Gemini. Anyways, moving on to Cancer. I'm just going to say this. I do apologize if any Cancers is offended, because my experience with Cancer, I don't find them really loyal at all. I don't find them loyal. I don't find them trustworthy, because Cancers that I know, they lie. They're one of the most flakiest sign I know, because majority of the Cancers that I and friends with, they tend to flake on you at the very last minute, making excuses that they don't have enough money or this and that, or they have to save money, or they have to do some things with their mothers, or it's just like more for themselves. Almost because what pisses me off about Cancer is that you make plans with someone ahead of time, but then you cancel them at the very last minute. You wish they could have just at least told the person ahead of time they're not able to make it instead. I feel like this is what I mean by flakiness. I don't like it. And this is why I can't put Cancer in Hufflepuff. They're nice, but with their own, but I find them really emotionally manipulative as well. They're quite self-absorbed, they're really sensitive, and some of them can be quite strong, passive-aggressive as well, towards the goal. Really ambitious. Some of them can be quite ambitious, so I have to put them on Slytherin and Gryffindor. I'm sorry, Cancers, but my experience with you guys, this is what I'm seeing. I know a lot of you can be quite nice and everything, but the flakiness, both boys and girls, okay? I'm not saying just one gender, it's like both genders. They were like that. My two friends are female. A guy I went on a date with, he canceled me on the last minute because he has to buy a car. It was his excuse. So, anyways, this is what I mean. If you made a plan with someone, let them know. And then you had to cancel it at the last minute. Don't do that. It pisses everyone off. Let the person know at the last minute. No, sorry about that. Let the person know in advance, I should say. Don't let the person know at the last minute. Sorry about that if I mess up. My brain is like, ugh. Anyways, moving on. Leo. I can put Leo in maybe 2 or 3 categories. Slytherins, Gryffindors, and maybe some of them, small of them, Hufflepuff. Why I say Slytherins for Leo is because majority of Leos are quite ambitious. They are ambitious in towards what they want and towards their goal. And some of them are really cunning. But they're brave, courageous as well, some of them. They have this bravery, entitlement as well, some of them. Some of them don't think they're wrong, even though they are in the wrong. They always have to be right. Some of them, okay? I'm just saying some. But some of them are really nice. They're really loyal. Not all. Some are really loyal to core. They're patient. Some of them. So yeah, I have to put them Leo in those 3 categories. Moving on to Virgos. Virgo. I'm sorry, but you guys are my least favorite sign. I have bad experience with Virgos because been through about 8 people that are Virgos that I have bad experience with. So both boys and girls. So they all share the similar traits, and they tend to go on the narcissistic side as well. They may seem nice, but they can be really petty, really condescending towards others, to the point of entitlement. and they're perfectionists, and I feel like they have OCD as well. Everything has to be clean to the way they want it, in a perfect way. I don't find them really loyal at all, because I used to have a Virgo friend who treated me like trash over a guy. Like amongst all my friends, we were all friends, but she treated me like trash the most, and she was also treating my other friends like trash just to go after a guy. And they tend to gaslight the situation a lot. They shift blame. They don't take accountability for their actions. I just don't like them, to be fair. I know some of them, I know some are not like that, but this is my experience with the Virgos. I'm really cautious. I don't trust them. It's always one way with them. So in terms of zodiac, for them to be in houses, I say Slytherins and Ravenclaw. They're smart. I give you that. They're smart. But they're really ambitious and cunning. I don't find them really loyal at all. Nope. And they're major hypocrites as well. It's like they want the truth, but they can't handle the truth. And they tend to have a tendency to not practice what they preach. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that, but this is what I'm seeing here with Virgos. But yeah, this is my experience. I do apologize if I offend anyone, but this is what I'm seeing with Virgos. Sorry, I had to pause this. Just got my food. Stay tight. Hey, stay. Anyways, moving on. What was I about to say? Yeah, so Virgos are Slytherins in Ravenclaw. Let me get placemat. Okay. So, next up is Libra. Oh boy. Honestly, there's only one house that I could think of Libra. I'm sorry, Libras, but I find you really not loyal. You're not really the most loyal people. You're also very flaky as well. You're so indecisive to the point of flakiness. Hello, Terry. My dog wants me to play with him. Yeah, Terry? Who's a good boy? But yeah, my dog was like licking my foot for some reason. Asking me for attention. Anyways, moving on. You guys are not the best person, not the kind of person I can rely on, and you have a tendency to ghost people after you got something from them, from the person, or you achieve the goal and then you ghost them and then you come back after a while. It's quite narcissistic in a way, and I don't like it. Some of you are cowards as well. I do find you intelligent, but I feel like you're more cunning. So, I'm sorry, you guys are Slytherins to me. I'm sorry. This is what I observe and notice about them. I just don't I have not, like, I don't really have any Libra friends. It's more like I used to, but then they kind of ghost me. Majority, like, they ghost people after they have got something from them, which is just rude. If I could point out a Libra celebrity, Kim Kardashian's. No. Anywho, next up is Scorpio. I have a best friend who's a Scorpio. But I'm aware that there are Scorpio out there as well. So, whether you agree with me on this or not, I say that Scorpio have 3 categories, 3 houses: Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. They're really ambitious and cunning. Some of them, like Jeffree Star. But like my best friend, she's really loyal and really wise, intelligent. She tends to play games that are like puzzles, or riddles. So similar to a Ravenclaw, the whole statue of Ravenclaw entrance, where you have to answer the riddle right to enter the common room. So there is that. So yeah, I do find that for Scorpio, they have a bad rap because of what they did. I'm gonna say this, Scorpio are loyal once you got their trust. Once they trust you, you get the loyalty. I've been friends with my best friend for more than 10 years now, and we're still friends to this day. We're still, so they get easily stressed as well, some of them, like my best friend, but there are some that are really flaky in terms of the canceling or ghosting you from the plan that they made with you, whatever it is. So yeah. So moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you may say I'm biased here, but I have seen all sides of Sagittarius. I said all 4, they belong in all 4 houses. We are really loyal, like to the core. Like once you have our friendship, our trust, we are really loyal. And the thing is, when I took Polymer quiz, I'm a Hufflepuff, which changed to Ravenclaw and then Gryffindors. I'm always like around those 3, but I know there are some Sagittarius, like the extroverted ones, are really cunning and ambitious. I know there are some out there, but and we are a fire sign, so And I think the bravery part, you guys can pretty much guess why I say that Sagittarius is a Gryffindor. We have no filter at all. We deliver the truth and don't care. But we like to have our minds stimulated. We like to do puzzle games or do something to stimulate our minds, like a Ravenclaw. Some of them, I mean. But yeah, Sagittarius is off-board. Moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, I have met a few, and I have observed and heard experience people had with Capricorns. So they belong in Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. If you notice, majority of Capricorns tend to be CEO of companies or working in companies, so it's kind of towards the ambition and the cunning part. You have to be if you are a CEO. And also, they're really down to earth, really loyal to people they care about. Like Red Panda, he's a Capricorn, so, and they're really brave, courageous. So I say Capricorn is all three. Moving on to Aquarius. I have a lot of Aquarius fans. I can't really say that they are really loyal at all, because you kind of loyal to themselves mostly. This is what I noticed in regards to Aquarius. I do apologize if I offend anyone. And they're really smart, that's for sure. So as for bravery, not so much. But they're quite open-minded, that's for sure. But they're really ambitious and cunning. So I say Slytherin and Ravenclaw for Aquarius. And also, majority of my Aquarius friends are Slytherin when they took the Pottermore quiz. Pretty much back on my claim there. I lost count how many Aquarius friends I have. Don't remember. So last but not least, Pisces. Pisces. Two houses. Gryffindor and Slytherin. I'm just going to say this, they're the same as the Cancer, but I had a former co-worker. She's so sensitive to the fact that she'd be passive aggressive and then go flip 180 on you. That's what I mean by Gryffindor, and she said she took the quiz and she's a Gryffindor. Also I find them really cunning, really ambitious, because she's like my coworker ambition was to be a manager. She's really ambitious to go climb to the top. I'm cunning about it. Cunning. But they're really flaky, because So the coworker that I mentioned just now, she always flaked on me. She made plans with me one time. When the day we were supposed to meet up, I went to the location. She's not there. Messaged her. She said she forgot, and apparently she made another plan with someone else. So I don't see a loyalty there. I don't. It's just flaky. Just share a word. Yeah, people forget, but it's just like you're the one who made the plans. She tends to do this a lot. Flake on you. And then not just her, but also the guys that I dated, they tend to flake on you at the very last minute. But I do have a Pisces friend who gets anxiety really easily, so she tends to go quiet on me. But it gets tiring when you're always the one who has to reach out to them to check up on them as well. But yeah, that is the zodiac signs for the houses. This is like I said, it's all from my experience. Hope it didn't offend anyone. This is just for fun. Don't take it seriously. It's just for fun. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just going to finish my food, which is the half moon pizza from Pizza. Half moon cheese bread, actually this. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care, stay safe. Bye.